Hi, did you hear the latest study that introverts could be good corporate leaders and they should move up the management ladder so as to become great leaders? And I'm saying, like, okay. And this person is using Bill Gates as a classic example of introverts who are exceptionally talented in leadership and so on. Now, I don't have anything with Bill Gates. It's just that the problem I have is that folks are putting him into stuff that he really isn't into. I'm wondering if the person with this study isn't hoping to get a job at Microsoft. Maybe that's the whole deal with this. But when you look at Bill Gates, if I could talk with him first, you remember he talked about global warming, how you put garden hose up in the sky and do something up there, and then he talked about how to stop hurricanes by putting pontoons out in the sea with coolant or ice or whatever to cool down the air so that the atmosphere so that the hurricane can develop. You know what I mean? So you see, people are still believing that Bill Gates is this big innovator. The way I see Bill Gates is that after he was able to pull that fast one on his friend and took the Windows and get it copyrighted, he took off from there. And you remember he was working at IBM, working on this DOS project, and it wasn't going anywhere. And then the folks at IBM said, you know what, we're not going to proceed this program anymore. You could take it, and so on. And then he put it together, and then it started to work. And immediately started to hire the right people and put him in positions, and then he is out of the loop for the longest while. All these things that he talks about, even jobs, these people have experts working on stuff, and then they're coming out appearing as if they're the smartest ones. And I don't even think Bill Gates could type. So there that goes. But on the other hand, with extroverts and introverts and ambiverts, I think introverts are sadly people without serious potential. I think they're born almost dead. That's why they're so quiet and stay home and stay quiet because generally they don't have the energy to run out there and play all these games and run this, do that, do that. So they're always tired. So they have to stay close to home and close to the bed. And well, they're going to start reading and find that is fascinating because that's all they probably could do: sit down their butt and read all day. And they're very rarely creative, so that they can just know the whole book. They could tell you all kind of stuff, and a lot of times the stuff they know is just trivial stuff, Greek mythology, stupid stuff, Sesame Street stuff. But the people with the energy, the ones who are the leaders, I mean, how can you have a leader just sitting down and sleeping all day and that you're there working hard? Of course, they may seem as though they are open-minded and they would listen to all the ideas because simply they don't have any, or they need to be nice to everybody so that they will be hired. Now, if they come out and, I mean, of course, even an extrovert, you need to understand human relations and work with people and listen to them and incorporate ideas and so on. But I don't think there's a lot of introverts that really recommend itself to serious leadership. On the other hand, you just can't write off all. Maybe somebody is just forced to stay home, but they have all the energy and so on. They're creative, etc. And these are the ones that will move up. So we have right now a situation in which you could take anybody and make them a star. Get them a fashion designer, get them a speechwriter, get a publicist to get them opportunities, and bingo, and they're looking like, oh, they're so good. But in crisis and in making serious decisions, then you're going to see them fall apart and everything going to collapse with them. So you better be careful how you're choosing your leaders and your people because you ensure this person has what it takes. Because if his advisors are the enemy, there you go. You're going to be doing straight stuff that's going to wind you up into the enemy's arms. I think extroverts. You see, look. For example, when God was sending Israel into a battle, a lot of people volunteered, but you end up choosing just a couple, simply because He knew the hearts of men, and many of them were really going, but they really, really, really didn't want to go. Maybe they're thinking they can get some scholarship money or some insurance for the family, or if they get killed, and have some pension coming. But God wanted people who were courageous, people who He could, just give one idea and they can take it and multiply it and move on. So I don't understand this study. I think that the authors of this study of themselves might not have been good students. and they're trying to reinvent the wheel, and they aren't familiar with the amount of knowledge out there that they should have mastered or had been acquainted with, so as to make a proper determination. So, in other words, they're trying to reinvent the wheel, and this is a problem. People need to study, and you study simply so that you can know things that didn't work, know what is out there already, and just build on that. But you just can't come trying to reinvent the wheel and trying to tell us that stupid stuff makes sense.